What would you rather have, rank or respect? I found a great example of both of them. Check this out.
You people are at the position of attention. Volunteering for the parachute infantry is one thing, Percante, but you've got a long way to prove that you belong here. Your weekend pass is revoked. Name?
Lawrence Judge.
Dirt in the rear sight aperture. Pass revoked. When did you sew on these chevrons, Sergeant Lipton?
Yesterday, sir.
Long enough to notice this. Revoked.
Sir.
Rust on the butt plate hinge spring, private bullshit. Revoked. I wouldn't take this rusty piece of shit to war, and I will not take you to war in your condition. Now, thanks to these men and their infractions, every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it.
What is happening right here is Lieutenant Sobel is looking for every single small infraction so that he can break these men down. He wants everyone here to know that he is the one in charge, and if you are even the slightest bit out of line, he is going to come down like a hammer on you. And so these men learn to respect the rank, and that is all they respect in Lieutenant Sobel. But this behavior takes an interesting turn at what happens next.
Now, what company is this? Easy Company! Now, what do we do? Do not help that man! Do not help that man! Do not stop!
Wow, so even when one of their own men stumbles, Lieutenant Sobel tells them, don't help that man. What he is doing is he is creating an every man for himself environment where it's almost this dog eat dog, survival of the fittest. I'm going to step on somebody or leave them behind so that I can advance. It's creating a hostile environment within the team here. Now, contrast what Lieutenant Sobel just did here with this run to what Lieutenant Winters does on an almost identical run. So here we are, we're running up the same hill. Here's Sobel standing up at the top, not with the men, just watching them. And there we have somebody trip and fall. And what is Winters' response? His response is to voice encouragement, to say, come on, we can do this. Let's keep going. And so already you're seeing a marked distinction between Sobel, who has rank and is just telling people what to do and commanding that respect, and Winters, who is with the men, right alongside them, and he is not yelling at them, he is not putting them down, he is encouraging them, saying, hey guys, come on, we can do this, let's go, we got this, let's help one another in this. Who do you think the men will really respect? The rank or the one who's with them in the trenches doing the work and encouraging them? Let's keep watching and find out.
Who is this? Christensen!
These men have just completed a 12-mile march and they were instructed not to drink at all from their canteen. Sobel is going to react in a very aggressive and emotionally dysregulated way. We're going to watch through his reaction, and then I'm going to offer an alternative that could have gotten the same result, but built a lot more respect.
Why is there no water in your canteen? You drank from your canteen, didn't you? Lieutenant Winters!
Yes, sir.
Was this man ordered to not drink from his canteen during the Friday night march?
He was, sir.
Private Christensen, you have disobeyed a direct order. You will fill your canteen and repeat all 12 miles of the march immediately.
Yes, sir.
Fall out!
For one thing, you don't need to yell to get your point across or to be respected by people. Imagine this same situation. Order's been given. Sure, you need to march 12 miles without your canteen, and Christensen tips his over, runs out of water. Sobel sees it. Imagine if instead of reacting with the speed and velocity that he did and that aggressiveness, imagine if he just stopped, right? So he's walking down the line of men and he stops and he just looks at Christensen for a moment. And then he slowly turns. He's keeping eye contact with him the whole time. And he slowly walks up to him and asks for his name. He says, Christensen. And he just pauses. Can you feel the difference? One is wildly aggressive and just in your face, high energy. The other is this slow, controlled focus. And so you're still communicating. It's almost like there's this buildup that's coming. Christensen knows what he did. It's not up to Sobel to try to beat him into the ground. Even when he asked him, did you drink? He doesn't even give him time to answer. You can convey all of that same force and that energy, but when you do that in a controlled and a measured way, it actually has a much greater impact on the people that you're talking with. He can very coolly ask, what was the order? And have Christensen repeat it back to him. And then he can say, because you disobeyed a direct order, you will refill your canteen and repeat the march. It is even and it is calm. There's not this emotional dysregulation, this explosion. And so the outcome's still the same. Expectation was missed, and so here are the consequences. But the way that that is communicated has a huge impact, both on how it's received and as how people view you as a leader. So now Sobel is going to take all of that anger and frustration, and he's going to turn to Lieutenant Winters, and we're going to see how he interacts with him. Check this out.
What in the name of God are you doing with my company?
Okay, right here, there's two things that happen. As he brings Winters over, this physical motion here is a very just condescending, where you're just a pawn and I need you to go where my finger is. You stand right here. And then asking, what are you doing with my company? We're gonna see another example where he does this again, that it's about me. Easy Company is there for Sobel to get what he wants. It's there for him to advance his career and for him to look good. That's all that it is for him. And watch how that comes out in this interaction.
You're late and you allow troopers to disobey direct orders?
No excuse, sir.
You're making me look bad, Lieutenant. This is not Dog Company. This is not Fox Company. This is Easy Company. And under my command, this will be the first and finest company in this regiment.
3 times in just a matter of seconds, he talked about himself. He said, my company, you're making me look bad, and under my command, it's going to be the finest. All that self-focus instead of how do I amplify these men? How do I make these men the best that they can be? How do we do this together? That is the difference between rank and respect. Rank is focused on me. How can I advance? How can I progress? Respect is earned by helping others, by serving others, by saying, hey, I'm in leadership, I have power, now how do I help you lead? How do I help you increase your power? How do I help you step into your agency? That is how respect is built. And Sobel is not doing that at all here. And it comes to a disastrous climax in this next clip here.
I want the names of 6 men. Their infractions and your disciplinary recommendations on my desk by 0130. Is that clear?
What infractions, sir?
Find some.
Sobel doesn't care about actual accountability. He cares about dominance and command and control. And he is willing to punish men under his leadership just for the sake of punishing them. He doesn't care if there are actual infractions, telling Winters, find some, because the point is not actual accountability. The point is to reinforce, I am in control. You do what I say, full stop. And it is an incredibly toxic and unhealthy way to lead. And so what is Winters' response in the midst of all of this? He is suffering right along with his men, and his men finally have had enough. And somebody speaks up and starts complaining. Watch how Winters handles this complaint against Sobel.
Lieutenant Winters. What is it? Permission to speak, sir.
Mission granted.
Sir, we got 9 companies, sir.
We do.
Well, how come we're the only company marching every Friday night 12 miles full pack in the pitch dark.
Why do you think, Private Randleman?
Lieutenant Sobel hates us, sir.
Lieutenant Sobel does not hate easy company, Private Randleman. He just hates you.
Thank you, sir.
He hates him back. He hates you too, man.
What Lieutenant Winters did right there is absolutely masterful. Here they are on a 12-mile march. It's that same 12-mile march where they had to fill their canteens and couldn't drink any. Full packs, middle of the night. It is awful. And so somebody speaks up and says, I think this is happening because Sobel hates us. And Winters, he acknowledges, yeah, this is crummy, but he gets the men to laugh. And you can feel that emotional shift right away. Nothing in their externals have changed. They're still hiking, full packs, in the middle of the night, no water. Nothing has changed, but the spirit of the men has changed. Why? Not because somebody dominated on them and said, shut up and just do what needs to be done. And there's this like just grit and bear through it. It happened because somebody brought some humor. They brought a lightness to the men. And they were all able to breathe for a second. And then even start joking about, oh yeah, he hates you too. It's like, okay, we're all in this together now. We have this shared camaraderie. And that is powerful, powerful in leadership when you can use humor in that way. One final contrast between Winters and Sobel comes when they're doing yet another run. Setting up the context here, Sobel has given them the afternoon off and ordered Lieutenant Winters to make a spaghetti dinner for them. Since they don't have any PT in the afternoon, give them a nice hearty meal. It'll be a good reward for them. Halfway through their lunch, Sobel storms in and yells at them that they have to run the mountain. 3 miles up, 3 miles down, on a stomach full of spaghetti. You can only imagine what happens. Winters is left back in the kitchen cleaning up while his men are suffering running up this hill under the tyranny of Lieutenant Sobel. Watch what happens and contrast and see who would you rather follow, Lieutenant Sobel or Lieutenant Winters.
You're a washout, Private Hoogler! You should pack up those ears and go home! Looks like Gordon, son! Aren't you, Gordon? You finished? You do not deserve to get your wing! Private Randleman, you look tired! There's an ambulance waiting for you at the bottom of the hill. It can all be over right now. No more pain, no more Kearney, no more Captain Sobel. We pull upon the rises, we fall upon the grass. We never land upon our feet, we always hit our ass. Aye, Christ almighty, who the hell are we? Zim, zam, goddamn, we're airborne infantry. We fall upon the risers, we fall upon the grass. We never land upon our feet, we always hit our ass.
Even though he didn't have to be out there running that mountain, he came with his men, and they respect him for that. Sobel's there trying to break them down, trying to crush them, and Winters is there trying to grow them, trying to encourage them, help them to achieve their best. So sure, Sobel has rank, but Winters is earning their respect day after day, being with them, finding humor in their suffering, being in the trenches with them, and encouraging and moving them forward. So we see this contrast between rank and respect. In this final clip, let's see where that gets both Sobel and Winters.
Easy Company has the finest performance record in the entire 2nd Battalion. I believe every bit of that is thanks to you. Congratulations, Captain Sobel.
Thank you, sir.
Isn't that Lieutenant Winters leading Easy Company in PT?
Yes, sir.
He's a damn good man. I was planning on giving him a set of these today. Why don't you do it? He'd be proud to get them from you.
See that contrast? Sobel is getting what he wanted, right? He just wanted the rank, he wanted the progressions, the promotions, so he's getting it. And then, when they go to give a promotion to Winters, where is he? He doesn't have time to just be chasing promotions because he's too busy with his men. He's too busy leading them growing them and developing them, that they have to chase him down to find, where is this guy? We need to recognize him, because that's not his focus. And that is the hallmark of excellent leadership, where you're not in it for the accolades. You're not in it for the awards and the recognition. You're in it to grow your team. You're in it to help people succeed, to be the best that they can be. And so when awards or accolades or recognition come, people have to chase you down to say, hey, where is this person? Where is this lady? Where is this guy? Because we want to recognize them, but you're too busy being with your people. You're too busy doing the work of leadership and developing your team. That is the difference between rank and respect. Rank is self-focused. Me, I, and my. What can I do to progress in my career and advance? Respect is focused on others. Say, how can I serve the people around me? How can I encourage? How can I bring a lighter spirit? How can we bring some humor and some camaraderie to our work as we're doing it? And being so focused on the leadership and the development of your team that you're not focused on accolades and rewards, because it's the people that matter. That is the difference between rank and respect. Rank, sure, you'll make some progress, but earned, honest respect is going to win out every day. And we're going to see that in the rest of this series on Band of Brothers. Who do the men respect? Who are they willing to fight for? Who are they willing to follow? Every time it's Lieutenant Winters, because he has earned their respect. If you found this video helpful, if you appreciate the values that Band of Brothers is teaching us, instead of liking or subscribing, please look in the description. I have links to several veteran programs that are supporting our men and women in the armed forces. If you can give, please do. Every little bit helps. Until next time, take care.